In the Naruto universe, there's a whole bunch of different type of ninjas. Some ninjas have advantages, others don't. Some ninjas are like medical ninjas, which come in handy for the battlefield. Sakura is such a being. In the lore of Naruto, there seems to be like a common theme. To be a medical ninja, you have to really have a really precise chakra control. You know, your inner energy known as chakra that everybody uses in this universe. Of course, this is one of those things that takes a lot of training off screen and stuff. But when a medical ninja gets really good enough, they're a very good asset on the battlefield. Don't be surprised if you see me bring this up later on about how that's pretty much a major part of why she's strong is because her mastery at manipulating chakra. They even say during this point in time, it was better than Sasuke at this point. Sakura is such a being. Also, she's one of those ninja that can do the standard stuff like using shurikens, also getting older, getting stronger as time goes by, learning new things as the timeline goes. Like, they all have their way of punching hard. Sakura just straight up, her energy, pure energy manipulation allows her to punch hard compared to the big dogs and stuff. It's hard to believe that these characters start off down here, but eventually Sakura and everybody pretty much rose to at least Jonin level. Of course, when she got older, showing her evolution and progression. Part of the reason she wanted to improve as time goes by because she saw Sasuke and Naruto always being the ones to protect her like a damsel in distress. She wanted to be the one where they stared her back for once. Inspired from them, basically. You know, common anime themes, right? Matter of fact, some improvements of her character actually seen visually. Like, look at her forehead. You see how you don't see nothing here? But you see, for example, you actually see something here. Doesn't that look familiar? There's actually an in-universe reason for that similarity. It's mainly because she can do techniques like this. One can say this junk in her head is, one can say, prep time for a special occasion that has yet to occur yet. Tsunade instantly healed. She went from being damaged like this to being able to keep fighting. Basically, all the chakra she's been storing in her forehead for years. With this much chakra, she can stimulate all proteins in her body, accelerate cell division, rebuild them, regenerate organs and limbs. It's not a recovery ability, it's regeneration. So one can say Sakura or Tsunade, whatever durability they lack, they can do this technique and it can kind of help them heal on the spot, like on some Wolverine type stuff. This is like for dire situations. It's not something you need to spam. It's like prep time when it comes to healing and amplifying your abilities. Proving that both of them can do it. You see the marker on their head. When she's in this powered up state, healing state that her and Tsunade can do, it kind of comes in handy because even if she does get hit, like being stabbed like this, for example, she can recover. I mean, she really didn't have no choice but to be a beast because she got training from a Hokage level being. You know, there's ninja ranks in this universe. Hokage is at the very top of the food chain. Tsunade actually becoming Hokage kind of proves that she's at the top of the food chain, and that's who Sakura got training from. It's basically an inevitability. But when it comes to ninjas in this universe, let's talk about them. In the Naruto universe, there's this thing called ninja art, and they kind of do like this mystic approach by learning different ninjutsu, you know, blast power type stuff, by weaving signs like mystic type stuff, by using your inner energy known as chakra. Certain people are born with certain chakra natures. Not everybody can use a lot of different natures. It really depends on what your potential was born with, stuff like that. There are certain techniques that no matter how much you train, you cannot do. These techniques are called Gekkei Genkai, a technique unique to you or your clan or something. It's occasions like this that pretty much confirm not every ninja can learn jutsu just because they have chakra. Like this, for example, Sakura asked, could she be taught that jutsu to pacify Naruto in this particular occasion? He said, nah, only he can use that jutsu because he has Lord First Hokage's DNA. There's certain stuff only certain people can do if you have a certain DNA. In this particular occasion, this dude was an experiment and stuff. This is one of the many examples in the show when a character has a Kekkei Genkai and somebody else that knows ninja arts can't learn their techniques. Thanks to a whole bunch of progression in the series, she can do the standard ninja stuff, doing hensai and doing jutsu. This is one of the many techniques ninjas learns, one of the many ninja magic type stuff these ninjas can do in this universe, like summoning jutsu, summoning help, summoning a creature thanks to a pact they made. Just like the other characters in the universe, she can do this as well, summoning jutsu. And since most of the characters that summon stuff kind of gives you a representation of who their mentor was, like you can tell Jiraiya was Naruto's mentor, snake type stuff, you know, he was under Orochimaru for a little bit, or the Akatsuki for a little bit, and then you see this little thing, this creature, similar to Tsunade. And then these giant summons like this are not only strong because of the sheer size they are, but it can also shoot acid out to melt. Her summon actually goes well with the type of ninja she is, being a recovery ninja type of character. It can split up into different individual entities to heal multiple people, to spread across the battlefield to heal more people, to get more stuff done and be more productive. It comes in handy when you can have people recover inside fragmented parts of your summoned self, divide and attend to each person in the allied shinobi forces. Our role to heal everybody. Then it goes out and does what she just said. We've got occasions like this when she's young, when she removed poison, creates antidotes to help folks out. One can say she has insane durability because she's one of them people that can heal herself if she has to. There's like this understood fact when the Nine Tails gets forcibly extracted from you, or a tail beast in general, you're supposed to die. But she was able to help, thanks to her medical knowledge and stuff like that, she was able to help keep him alive. So she's very helpful when she needs to be. Even early parts of the series, she healed Naruto when he went fox mode, and it damaged his body as collateral damage when he didn't have full control of the fox back then. She can technically do a Haxi technique like the Chakra scalpel that hits your insides without needing to make a physical wound necessarily, which is a technique that also needs chakra precision. Kind of how like we've seen Kabuto do. Along with healing chakra precision type of technique, she could just straight up transfer her chakra over to you. She wants to help you out that way, to help restore you that way. They didn't really go into too much detail, but since Tsunade is also a medical ninja, she talked about how medical ninjas always need to be okay so they can heal people on the arena or in the battle arena. But she also got rigorous training on like straight up getting blitzed by Tsunade, the illusion type of ninja magic called genjutsu. Even at a young age, it's even stated by Kakashi himself that she has a talent for genjutsu. Like when people are in genjutsu, she can help wake them up. She can do this art as well, substitution, to have something take her place so she doesn't have to take the damage directly. Common ninja stuff. You remember how earlier I brought up this scan on how she's able to manipulate her chakra really well? That's a big part of her character on why she's strong. Because this chakra manipulation comes in handy when it comes to not just being a medical type ninja, but when it comes to her taijutsu hand-to-hand combat type stuff. And thanks to Tsunade being her mentor, let's just say she can hit really hard. One can say mimicking super strength. The way this jutsu works, it kind of reminds me of chi manipulators from Marvel Comics on how you rapidly manipulate the maximum chakra, instantly concentrate it into one's fist, and release it with pinpoint timing to help produce crazy amounts of monstrous punching power type strength. Here's a good indication on how it works. You see like chakra in Tsunade's hand. This is the same with Sakura. Chakra precisely put and released at the point of impact with great precision. It's one of those situations where her muscles themselves don't even need to be strong. She just has so much chakra control that her punches might as well be super strength because the punches feel ridiculously hard via chakra manipulative type skills. She doesn't have the kind of super strength Rock Lee has where he just literally increased his muscle power from lifting heavy weights and resistance training and stuff to increase his speed, which is the reason why he can hit hard. She hits hard as well, but because of totally different reasoning. Basically, in the Naruto universe, there's a lot of different ways you can be strong. So just like how everybody else uses their inner energy to produce a variety of different type of elemental blasts or stuff like that, Sakura just uses her inner energy in a different way to where she's not necessarily doing blasts or chakra nature type blasts. She just focuses this energy into her hands at the point of impact to produce crazy punching power. Let's get it. They even explain it in the data book. Since the medical ninjutsu requires delicate chakra control and concentration, chakra of the greatest intensity developed instantaneously in the body is concentrated in its entirety in the right fist. She's always been good at controlling her chakra, but believe it or not, there's been a time in the series where she wasn't like super powerful physically. She didn't have the technique of enhancing her punching power with her chakra at the time. So you can kind of get an idea of how strong her muscle strength is in general without even having chakra enhanced strength, one could say. When she got in a boxing fight with another girl known as Ino, you see them clash arms, throwing shurikens at each other, deflecting each other's shurikens, punching each other so hard that they go flying off the ground. That's pretty hard of a punch. Punched her this hard right here. Yeah, nothing too crazy. This is her young before she got the Tsunade type voodoo training, you know. But luckily, this type of stuff changed. To get a good idea of her chakra enhanced strength is to look at what she does to the ground here with straight punching power. You got occasions like this with this big rock. Sakura's punching power is put on display. Yes, this much area of effect she can produce. Yeah, she calls all that. I think occasions like this prove that she can effortlessly punch apart a building or a castle at this point, bare minimum. Not to mention we've seen adult Sakura do just that with the collateral for punching power, literally leveling an entire house with her freakish strength. Manga version of this madness. I mean, we've seen her punch this huge crab and mess it up. I mean, that should be obvious, like building shattering stuff is light work. When all this stuff was collapsing, for example, older her is here, you see all this BS about to fall on her, and she punches it off of her to where it shatters like this. And then it flies off just to show you her punching power. Adult her. In this occasion when they was battling this puppet, one of their many adventures, iron blocks like Like this, you see how it looks. She can pull up on it, punch it, send it away here. They even mentioned that was quite a big punch for a little girl. She literally got poisoned here, for example, but you guys already know she's a medical ninja, right? So it's easy to play possum and act like you're down and out when you're a medical ninja, even though you're not really down and out, to get the advantage of one of his puppets and punch it apart with her, in chakra enhanced strength because she used the antidote. I told you about how she makes antidotes and stuff earlier, Plot twist, this being wasn't just controlling puppets, but he's indeed a puppet himself, actual human puppet. But Sakura doesn't care and pulls you on some get over here type stuff and punches you even though you're a puppet yourself and breaks you apart. Yo, she likes destroying puppets with her punches, right? Giant centipedes. Size is irrelevant to her punching power. She will send it flying, even if she's this small in comparison to it, on some One Punch Man type stuff. We've seen her punch being like Zetsu, one shot. So in Naruto, there's these creatures known as tail beasts. You guys are probably familiar with this because Naruto has a tail beast in him, and that's part of the reason why he's so godlike, because he has the strongest tail beast inside of him. I mean, each tail beast are strong on their own. They can produce these things known as tail beast bomb, where they produce thick chakra blasts, basically. Each one of their own blasts can level mountains easily. This is light work stuff. Naruto himself can swipe mountain shattering attacks away like nothing. And even when they combine all their chakra blasts together, Naruto himself can counter their own blasts, even when they're all working together. And they can create explosions that's way bigger than mountains. One could say explosions that can easily level in a whole island, multiple cities, blah, blah, blah. So you got a little understanding of how strong tail beasts are, just bare minimum. But what if I told you all these tail beasts at one point were in one body, and it got like that again in the show? This 10-tailed beast can cause natural disasters. One can make an argument that it can level an entire country. Look at all these tornadoes and stuff it can produce with the area of effect. Make nuclear bomb type mushroom looking explosion type things. The 10 tails in general can make stupid big blast radiuses that are just astronomical. 10 tails has the power to drink the ocean, split the earth, launch mountains, and cause all of this type of collateral damage, split the lands, swallow the ocean. So tell me why this same godlike being I literally just showed you what it can do when it comes to its raw blast power decided to make avatars of himself in this great ninja war. You guys guessed that Sakura was able to put in work on some of these minions with her punches. These aren't the real 10 tails. These are like little avatars or baby versions of them. So it's kind of like we don't really know how durable or strong these things are, but it's still cool to see her holding her ground, launching some of them to the point where she does a ridiculously strong punch and on some mountain shattering, cratering type stuff. It really shows the extent of how dangerous her punching power can be, her chakra enhanced strength. Even the first Hokage even said, what monstrous strength. It might even be greater than Tsunade's. This is an important comparison. That's her mentor. So it kind of adds up with the lore. Remember, we've seen Tsunade break Madara Susanoo's with her chakra enhanced strength similar to Sakura. And we know how durable Madara Susanoo is because when the 10 Tails was producing nuclear explosion type of blast and stuff or area of effect, Madara Susanoo was able to withstand such attacks while everybody else was kind of hurt. If it wasn't for the protection of Naruto, they would have been wiped out. Not to mention, if we're talking about Susanoos in the past, we've seen other people's Susanoos like Itachi Susanoos withstand super big attacks like this that can blow away mountain-sized structures. You can see that right there. Itachi at this moment was sick and dying, so for Tsunade to do stuff like this and for them to compare Sakura's strength to Tsunade's, who was able to do this, one could say Sakura could do something similar if she was put in the same situation. One could say especially if she was in her super powered up state like this. It kind of adds up. She's messing up these minions of the 10 Tails, and we saw how strong the 10 Tails is. And we literally seen her produce this much impact. Heck, she even impressed Sasuke and Naruto. And at this point, impressing them is impressive because of how strong Sasuke and Naruto are at this point in the series. The first Hokage saying is knowing how strong he is and knowing how jutsus and stuff work. Not to mention, she did all of this without even using all her reserves. Like, she's not even in her powered up state when she produced all this impact. It's literally talked about in data books that the strength that Tsunade boasts about Sakura. So let's just say if she pulled up on some mountains, she can at least make them tremble. I would even say she could delete them if she punched them. I think this pretty much confirms she could punch mountains apart, or at the very least make them tremble. I already believe she could level mountains in this state, but in this state, it would just even be worse. Everything magnified. One can argue one of her most impressive feats of all time when it comes to her chakra enhanced strength, because even though this was a team effort, it appears to be able to do some damage to this godlike being known as Kaguya. Of course, working together with Naruto and Sasuke, all three of them Team 7 teamwork style. You know, this godlike being known as Kaguya that has these horns. Like, you notice she's jumping down, you see how it has two spikes on her head. Her punch was so hard that it broke one of her horns off. So it's like writer intently done. You see it right there. This is kind of wild that she was able to do damage to a being like this. You're probably thinking, what's so impressive about damaging this being, right? You got this being known as Madara, right? You got all these different tail beasts that I mentioned earlier, right? But what if I told you, let's put all these tail beasts together? Remember how earlier I told you about how the 10 tails can cause like the calamity, island shattering, one can say country leveling stuff. All these tail beasts put together, then all these tail beasts put into a ninja to where you're basically a 10 tails host. So all this durability this being can withstand, now it's in a humanoid form. Everything's a magnified type, smaller humanoid form. Whatever this being can blast, he can withstand, which means whatever this being like this can blast, he can withstand. Because it's practically the same thing. In cases like this that pretty much talk about how the 10 tails, its hide, it's tough, implying it can withstand its own blast, then proceeds to actually withstanding its own blast, so that actually is confirmed. There's been several occasions where the 10 tails had to withstand its own blast. Heck, there's even sometimes where it even scorches himself. 10 tails can produce country leveling type of stuff like this, and you know it can withstand its own attacks, even though it has ridiculously wide blast radius. And all this stuff about it splitting the earth and drinking the oceans and all that stuff I already showed earlier, how much destructive power it has. So you know damaging this being that's literally just this is impressive in any form of fashion. But tell me why this divine being Kaguya, notice how they look similar, that's done on purpose, pretty much got revived because of this, because of Madara having the 10 tails and all that good stuff. They even say the Chakra's even stronger than even the 10 tails. So all that stuff I just showed you what the 10 tails can do, this being Kaguya can do similar or better. They even said the Chakra's far greater than Madara's when he was in that Sage of Six Paths form, Kaguya. Don't ask, but Kaguya has her own different dimensions she can battlefield remove you to help turn the fight in her favor, her different space times, different planets she can fight you in, go to, teleport you to fight her in her field. And apparently she was going to destroy one of these worlds. Stated right here, this is her space-time here. She was legit about to just say, forget this whole space-time, destroy this whole planet or world they were in, dimension or whatever, with this giant truth-seeking orb that had all the different chakra nature or elements inside of it, like some crazy super ball. I mean, beings like this could already level countries or even possibly more. We already know it's confirmed that she is stronger than Madara in this state, durability-wise and everything. So while I'm not trying to say Sakura is actually equal to her or nothing like that, the fact that she's even able to damage her to the smallest degree is astronomically impressive, considering they're implying this being is technically a planet buster. I would have thought this is an exaggeration because we technically didn't see no proof of this. I would have thought this wasn't true if we didn't see other beings in the same clan do other absurdly similar things, like when this being was fighting Naruto in the last movie. He did like an energy blade attack that literally sliced the entire moon in half. So them statements about them being able to destroy a planet seem valid when beings in a similar clan does absurd stuff like this. It kind of adds up. They even talk about in the handbook, they say his chakra or energy reserves inside of him is similar to Kaguya's anyway. And for Sakura to damage a being in any kind of way like this, just a little bit, implies moon shattering type of power. It's in the realm of possibility that she could possibly be able to split a moon or something. Damaging beings that apparently have more chakra than the 10 tails, guys. Like what? I mean, Madara kind of suddenly did turn into Kaguya. Stated on panel, does that mean Tsunade can produce this kind of power too? How was she able to cause damage to Kaguya? Is this a plot-induced stupidity moment or an outlier? What do you guys think about that? Wouldn't that technically mean she can harm a 10 tails level being? I'm gonna let you guys decide. Maybe in this exact second Kaguya wasn't super durable like the 10 tails in this exact moment, conveniently because of plot or something. Who knows? But let's just say for the sake of argument, she isn't a planet buster. I think it's fair to say she's at least in the level of some of these tailed beasts. Maybe not 9-tailed fox level, but somewhere in the range of any of these tailed beasts, for example, because in her novel, by the way, the Sakura story, yeah, she has a novel to expand on her mythos a little more, you know. She had to get in a fight with this being that had a tailed beast drug. Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. It's a drug that lets you mimic abilities of tailed beasts. Like maybe not in this overpowered final form state of the tail beast, but probably along the lines of forms like this. They even talk about how they was cloaked in light purple chakra. Some beings had different effects on their bodies than certain beings when it comes to the tail beast drugs. Some had stronger effects. This novel kind of implies how she can enhance her durability by making her chakra race through her entire body, or in this particular occasion, it would have knocked her out of the fight. One can say enhancing her durability with chakra manipulation. I think this right here kind of proves she has to be within them tailed beast level, especially with her chakra enhanced strength, because it states here, the skin is hard, implying this drug enhances their durability as well. It was literally stated, a crack appeared where she had hit him. The skin broke into small pieces and peeled away, falling to the ground. That is almost terrifying destructive power to be able to injure my body when it's enhanced by tail beast drug, implying she can injure beings that are enhanced with tail beast levels of power, apparently. Implications that her reflexes are at least a lightning level fast, bare minimum, because it's implied that she slipped through the circle of lightning and dodged the bear trap. The lightning style jutsu, bear trap. Could be lightning speed, could not be. Just a bare minimum, maybe, possibly. Her chakra control is so good, she can use it for speed too by channeling all the chakra in her feet. Even stated she's so fast when she does this. One could say this can help her blitz and punch hard with more momentum. She did a super punch. Punched this being so hard that he went through the air, cutting down enormous trees and pulverizing massive boulders, spitting up blood, vomiting blood. I'd say a more safe bet is saying that she can at least punch apart a city, based on the fact that she's tail beast level at least, with her destructive capacity, fighting a being that's on tail beast drugs. I mean, she's gotten entanglements with beings like this, who have insane ocular powers and newer stuff, so she's still got that strength to do straight up damage to beings like this. Sleepy time. I would say she's become a fine ninja in her own right. That training with Tsunade really paid off. But at the end of the day, all of this stuff could be just me. Do you respect how strong she is? Hope you guys are enjoying this anime raid. But before I get going, thanks for the donations, everybody. Helps out a lot. Respect Sakura. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.